Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the second chapter, photosynthesis from the plant physiology part. Please do watch this video till the end, like it, share it and subscribe it. Now let's begin. So let's begin with the definition of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is basically defined as a physiological process by which the green plant cells prepare their food using or in the presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water, and as a byproduct oxygen is released. The chemical representation of photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, which is very mandatory, will give you glucose, that is a sugar molecule, 6CO2 plus 6H2O. This figure is the representation of the photosynthesis. The green living plant cells containing chlorophyll taps the solar energy, and the carbon dioxide from the air passes or enters the leaves to the stomata. Then the food performs a process and they prepare food in the form of sugar and oxygen is released out. So now we are going to discuss about the significance of the process of photosynthesis. The number one significance is food for all. The process photosynthesis is the ultimate source of energy and food for plant, which is direct method, and indirectly for animals and human, as as animals also eat plants. The second importance or significance of photosynthesis is oxygen. This is the only process, this is the only phenomena or the process by which oxygen is released, and we all know that aerobic organisms need oxygen for their survival, and especially human in the for the respiration we need oxygen. Now we are going to study about some adaptations. Obviously, so that there must be some adaptations or some changes that the leaf must undergo so that the photosynthesis or they can perform photosynthesis. Number one is the leaf arrangement. What do you mean by the leaf arrangement? The leaves should be arranged in 90 degree to each other. Why so? If the leaves are arranged at 90 degree to each other, then they can absorb the maximum amount of the light from the sun, and this will enhance the photosynthesis. Second is the leaf should be thin and flat. Why thin and flat? If the leaves are thin and flat, this will give the large surface area, and this large surface area will result in a greater or a higher amount of the rate of fruit preparation. Number three, numerous stomata. Obviously, if the number of stomata are more, then lots of gaseous exchange can be allowed at the same time. So the stomata number should be high. The fourth is the cuticle and the epidermis. What does this do? The cuticle and epidermis are transparent, which allow all the light or which permit the light to enter freely. And if the light absorption is free, then the rate of photosynthesis also increase. The fifth is the chloroplast. We know that chloroplasts are concentrated or are present at the upper layer of the leaf. This is because the chloroplast has a main role in trapping light energy. So if the chloroplast is present in the upper epidermis, then light energy can be tapped or obtained more quickly. The last adaptation that the leaf needs to undergo is the thinness. If the leaves are thin, then what happens? The distance between the cells the distance between the leaves, distance between the cells decreases. This helps in facilitating the transport. That means the transport occur more in a faster rate. Today we will discuss till this much only. In my next video, I'll continue with what is the role and the function of the chloroplast in the process of photosynthesis. Thank you.